It was the State of the Union last night, Barack Obama's 5th State of the Union. We thought it might be 6, but they don't do one like 2 days after the inauguration. So it was his 5th State of the Union last night, and they pretty much covered the whole damn thing. We're just going to show you one little video clip here. I like this when he was talking about equal pay for women, and then of course the cameras have to show you women, because how else would you know what women look like if they didn't show you them while they're talking about them? Let's look.
Yeah, today, women make up about half our workforce, but they still make 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. That is wrong. And in 2014, it's an embarrassment. Women deserve equal pay for equal work.
That's right, women, and we've got women right here. Now, those women all do get equal pay for equal work because they're in the Congress and the Senate and so on. So I always think things like that are the funny things, really, because without, we'll get into some of the substance. But don't you think, like, the way they shoot it, and, if you talk about a black person, you have to show a black person. Quick, show a black person. Yeah, there you go.
I blame award shows for this. I always remember, like, one year that Pedro Almodovar won an Oscar, and they had to, oh my God, find a Hispanic. Gloria Estefan, great, yes, her, my favorite being Jodie Foster's super awkward coming out speech at last year's Golden Globes, yes, and they cut to Jane Lynch kind of going, am I being insulted right now?
Right.
It was, so that has clearly bled into now the C-SPAN coverage.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's, awkward moments are underrated. I love them. So what I always hope for when they show these folks and they shoot them, you expect all the women to stand up and applaud and give the standing ovation. One of them to go, yeah. Just give me one of them. So we can go, wait, I didn't expect it. Get away, cut away, cut away, cut away.
Where's Kay Bailey Hutchinson when you need her,
Yeah. Speaking of women, though, why wasn't Hillary there? Now, I know she's not working for the administration at the moment, but you'd think she'd show up or at least get an invite to something of this nature,
She is very cagily lying low.
She is.
This whole year has been about, like, it's sort of like how Anne Hathaway went away. She is sort of waiting, making us want her back. Yeah. Figuring out what her next move is going to be, hedging her bets, so she's very shrewdly making herself absent.
I think everyone realizes that even opponents that are going to, be fighting against her for 2016, is they're trying to keep her relevant only in the negative tones. They're going to bring up Benghazi every once in a while and say,
you think we're going to keep hearing about that?
Yeah, but like they want to say every once in a while. They want to splat it in because she really is. I really do think you're right that she's laying low, thinking, when I come back, they're going to go, oh, shit, that's right. Come on, it's a good plan as far as the regular American mindset.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, her Hillary Ready for 2016 Twitter account is verified, which I'm pretty sure means she's running for president, in case there's any doubt about that. But all right, let's talk about substance a little bit. The big thing was that Obama is saying he's going to do it alone if Congress won't help him, and he's going to use executive actions. Of course, this has the Republicans in a tizzy, although 5 years in, Reagan used far more executive orders, as did Bill Clinton. But do you guys think it's sort of just bad precedent and bad, it's not even precedent at this point, it's been done, but is it just bad politics in the long term to sort of be skipping a branch of government, even if that branch of government is useless and has a 7% approval? JR.
I guess maybe this is the shout out to the left or his liberal base in doing it, because this is what people have been asking. Not necessarily this particular route about it, but at least to get more, I guess, to have a stronger message towards this branch of government that isn't doing anything. And maybe the one way around it is to go with some executive orders. Other than that, it's just to keep browbeating them and tell them how much they're not working, and then say, well, I'm trying to work with you, but then you're not really working with me, which has been the constant narrative.
Right, and it's not running out of time.
Right, yeah, and then so all they pulls him as is this weak president who gets nothing done.
Exactly, if all they do is block him and he remains blocked, they win. So I think really he's not losing much. He basically is going to annoy the people who are already annoyed with him for whatever reasons you have.
Right.
So there's nothing to lose here. I think all it's going to do is basically strengthen his base, get those people who are annoyed at the gridlock back on his side, and ideally, backing those Democratic senatorial candidates this year.
Yeah. So I'm agreed with you guys on that he sort of has to do this because Congress is useless. But if it was the other side, if this was a Republican president doing this, wouldn't we all be pissed about this? That if the Democrats were trying to block his agenda, which maybe we wouldn't agree with, wouldn't shouldn't we all be pissed? So shouldn't we sort of have the same standard regardless of
Look,
who's-
if the Democrats could be single-minded enough to block anybody's
Right, they're just not
agenda
that
from the
good at
Hill,
it.
then we could even debate, like figure out that hypothetical. But given how much we rolled over and played dead for during the Bush years, you know, I don't even know that it's comparable.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, again, we'd have to create a whole different mindset of this world where Democrats are doing the same level of obstruction that's going on now. And we kind of sat and watched President Bush and Vice President Cheney run roughshod and do whatever they wanted. So we kind of saw it happen. It just wasn't with the same, I guess, the same strategy in mind.
Yeah, in a way, isn't this sort of a president's dream? Because Congress's approval is so low that he knows that he can pretty much do whatever he wants because everyone hates them. So they've sort of given, by being so awful, they've sort of given him a great gift here, haven't they?
In a way, yeah, and I think once we get past the midterms, because that's the one last thing that he has to sort of not ostracize too much of the American public over. Once those babies are over, he is a man unfettered. I can't wait to see what Obama 2015, 2016 is going to be like.
It'll work out great. I think the other side of it is going to be a twofold thing. First, he threatens with his more executive powers, but then he's pushing things like immigration and saying, are you guys going to really, coming up on 2014, are you really going to continue to fight against immigration, legal immigration, and people that are already here?
Right,
so
if
that
you
a lot
want
of
the Latino
Republicans,
vote.
they're starting to worry. No, oh man, we're not going to get elected if we keep fighting against Latinos. Oh, this gay rights agenda is moving forward. You're starting to see some people start to peel off because they don't worry about actual policy. They care about their jobs. So if he pushes both those two narratives of I'm going to work harder and I'm going to make sure you guys look worse in other ways other than just saying you're lazy, maybe it's going to push some of them.
Yeah.